and drop the head into my hand.
Oh.
What do you think of that? So we have Adam here today. What do you want to look at?
My right shoulder and my upper back. My upper back and neck.
Okay, what's been going on with the right shoulder?
I'm not sure if it's my muscle or not, but it's just every time I do anything with my arm, it's really painful. Okay. Yesterday I was trying to do push-ups and I couldn't even hold myself up.
Okay. And how long is how long has that been bothering you?
Probably about a month, 6 weeks.
Okay. So you got the right shoulder, and what's going on with the neck? Is it same amount of time, or is that off and on from computers and stuff?
I feel like it's off and on. I sit in the desk all day. I feel like my neck is just like really stiff.
Okay. What if you did, let's see, I don't know if this is too soft, but why don't you get up like this, okay, and see if your shoulder hurts right now, okay? If you don't want to do it, don't do it, but you don't have to do a push-up, but do you feel it already?
Yeah, it's like, it feels super tight, like in the, around, like right here.
Okay. All right, so up in here?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So let's have you lie face down, please. Look at that, you didn't have to get back to the floor. And come back this way a little bit. So I'm going to put these alignment shoes on. I just want to see what's going on and allow me to really look at your right shoulder more specifically and more accurately. All right, so the legs are balanced in position 1. I bring them up to position 2, they're balanced. I'm gonna have you take this palm and put it flat on the table like this. And I'm getting a little bit of a leg pull, or your leg is going a little short on the right. So I'm going to turn your palm back to neutral. Do you feel that spot right there?
Mm-hmm.
That hurts, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now put the palm down again, and the legs stayed even. Good. So now take this palm and bring it to the ceiling, all the way up, and that hurts, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so put that arm back down. All right, so that's called an anterior humerus, where the front of the upper arm bone has come too far forward. So I'm going to adjust from anterior to posterior to push it back. It's tenor in there, right?
Yeah.
So drop this arm and bring the palm up again and see if it feels any different.
Yeah, that feels actually better.
It feels what?
It feels a lot better.
A lot better, cool.
Yeah.
So put it back down. It might not be done though. No, it held, so that's okay. So next thing I'm gonna have you do is bring your arm to here, let it fall, and reach for the floor, which pushes the humerus back a little bit, and then relax, and bring the arm here away from me. And let the arm just collapse. If it's still holding tension, just let it go. So that's good, that there was no irritation that way. The next thing I'm gonna have you do is take your palm and push it, see my thumb is on top, and push it across your hip. And no, but the thumb on top, and push your arm across your back this way. Good, and that stresses the AC joint, which stands for acromion clavicular joint, where the acromion process meets the clavicle. And that did not show up on you. The next thing I'm gonna have you do is take your palm and put it on the back of your neck. So just reach back in, just leave it there, and then relax. You don't have to do anything stressful with it. And I didn't get any change in the legs, so that's not showing up. And we do that to check if the scapula went superior, and it did not. It's fine. Lift the right elbow off the table and put it back down. And no, just let it relax. So leave your palm there and lift your elbow up, and then put it down. And then relax and wait for me. And that didn't change anything. Now push the elbow into the table, and then relax and wait for me. And that's fine. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna have you do, and let me move this instrument out of the way, is you're gonna do a couple of swimming motions with this, okay? So you're gonna swim, and then just like a swimmer, and swim, but you're gonna do that all by yourself, okay? So do 2 or 3 swims right now. Swim 1, swim 2, swim 3, and relax back to neutral with the arm on the side of the body. And it's holding up. All right, so that's kind of interesting. let's keep moving on for a minute, okay? Actually, pull your elbow against the side of your body. Squeeze that in and let it relax. That's holding up too. Let me just look for distal clavicle. So the clavicle is a short bone. Here, look up at me. And here's the proximal end, and then it goes distally. I did check the proximal clavicle where it meets the sternum, called the SC joint, sternoclavicular joint, but I do want to go distally and see if there's any misalignment there, because it's right near the head of the humerus. And so I'm reaching under here. Oh, here it is now. And I'm just seeing if that's part of it. So what I'm wiggling is this spot right out here. You'll see my gray hairy chest if I open this up, but it's this spot in here. And I'm wiggling that on him to see if I can get any disruption or stress. I will button my shirt up. And I'm not getting anything there. So let's leave that for a little bit. The next thing I'm going to have you do is lie on your back. So you're going to be on this part of the table. And scoot towards me a little bit. I'm going to lightly just have you touch your own shoulder up like this, but not grip it. Just keep your hands there. I'm going to put my hand in here. Then I'm going to use my own chest to pull you across like this, okay? And what that does is it snugs up the back and creates a little tautness back there, T-A-U-T. And big breath in and blow it out. There it goes. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
What did you hear?
A pop.
A big pop, right? Yeah. So go back to your push-up that we did in the beginning. Spin around, get in the same exact position and reproduce it. You don't have to do the push-up, just plank up and see if it feels any different yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
It feels not a lot better, but
a little bit.
Yeah, it's not as painful to hold myself up.
Okay, so the reason why it doesn't get a lot better, it was inflamed. Here,
Okay.
You can sit up and talk to me. So if something's inflamed, after you line it up, it's still inflamed. Like if someone sprains an ankle and it's puffy, if I did an adjustment on it, now it's lined up, it's still puffy. So it's going to take a couple of days for the inflammation to recede. I don't know whether you ever take ibuprofen or Aleve or some type of NSAID, but that might be indicated at this time. You can ice it, you can rest. I would try not to do too many push-ups or sit-ups, or give it a day or two to heal. But I really did a good job lining it up, I believe. And now it has a chance to heal in the next 2 days. And I think what you felt when you were up in this plank position is the integrity of the alignment felt more solid and more stable, but it didn't necessarily be less tender because it's still tender from the inflammation. So anyway, you don't have to give me an answer with this. I mean, you can always text me or DM me, in a day or two and let me know if you think it's coming along. But I don't expect it to be 100% healed this exact second. Now I'm going to have you lie on your back with your feet this way. But isn't it curious? Like, aren't you curious to see what happens?
No, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, it's actually crazy how much better it feels right now.
Yeah, so it feels much better than when you came in,
Yeah.
right? So let's see what happens. Sometimes it needs 1 or 2 of those. Someone will come back and let's say 3 to 5 days and we'll do 1 more. But I felt like I got a really good set on it. And I think we have the weekend now, but I'd love to hear what you think by Monday or Tuesday, what you're thinking.
Of course.
So just text me or DM me because I'm curious. Like right there is a little bit. Do you feel that?
Mm-hmm.
So take a breath in and blow it out. And drop the head into my hand.
Oh,
What do you think of that?
well, it felt so good.
That's a good one, right? Now, how about this side, okay? Wow. Good, you needed that.
Yeah.
Now scoot towards me. I'm going to do 1 more. I know it's going to seem similar to what I just did with your shoulder, but I'm actually going to drop down a little lower. Wrap up again. And now lie on your side facing me. I'm going to do a little bit on your lower back before we finish, okay? So pull this top knee up and tuck it like this. Give me this wrist. I'm going to pull you through and slope you down this way a little bit. Oh, wow. That was cool, right? Come to the other side. And we're going to do one on this side too, okay? So you're going to bend the top knee, which is the right knee. Your left leg stays as straight as possible. And we're gonna come into here. I'm gonna just lift it so we could see where I'm going, right into there.
Oh.
Wow. That was pretty wild, right? Come stand right here and move around a little, see how you feel. Also lift your shoulder, see how your right shoulder feels.
No, that feels a lot better.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's not as tight, and it definitely relieved a lot of the pressure I felt right up here.
And I think you're going to see a difference. One of the things you could do is, like I said, do some anti-inflammatory for the next day or two.
Nice.
Ice it. I like 10 to 12 minutes on, then half an hour off, and you could do more than one. Like a lot of athletes, they do a lot more ice than non-athletes. Like a non-athlete might go, yeah, maybe I'll ice it once or twice this week. An athlete might ice it 4 to 10 times a day when they want to come back and compete sooner. I work also with a lot of dancers and performers and opera singers and stuff like that, and they'll do 4 to 10 icings. 10 minutes on, half an hour off. 10 minutes on, half an hour off over the next 5 to 10 hours so that they can perform that night or the next day. So they do much more intensity of therapy than average people would even think about it.
Yeah.
But why don't we use that too? So if you're in a rush to get better, amp up the therapy sessions. But never leave the ice on so long that you're going to get frostbite on the skin. You don't want to injure your skin because the skin is an organ also.
Yeah.
And then stay away from pushing exercises just for a couple of days to let it heal. And I think you'll see a big difference.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.